Hello, my name's Carla Center, and with us today we have Lorena Atencio Nagele. She is an empowerment life coach. And Lorena, why don't you tell us a little bit about you so we can get to know you?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Carla, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for the invitation. It's an honor to be sharing time and space with you. And also, thank you so much for taking a stand for empowering women. And I know that that's the main purpose of this summit. And also, I really appreciate that you're making all these tools from different experts available to everyone that signs up for this show or this summit. So I really appreciate that of
Yeah,
you.
my pleasure.
A little bit about myself is like that is my mission in life. I finally connected with something that fulfills my dreams, my heart. It makes me feel happy every day. Like it connects me with joy. So that's why I went into the career or this path of being an empowerment coach, and I changed the name of what I do so many times. And finally, I landed in the realization that it's all about inner strength, inner power, which connects with personal development. So I am an empowerment coach, practicing different tools and different modalities with the purpose of empowering women and humanity as a whole.
Wow. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this, practicing the tools for 15 years. As focus empowerment coach, I would say three,
Okay.
if not more. But at heart, I believe that I've been always looking for what works best to integrate all the parts of the self, talking about physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual levels of oneself.
Wow. And that's so amazing that you're sharing all your tools. What kind of tools do you offer your clients and the people you work with?
Well, the first concept that I like sharing is that we're all a whole individual with a spiritual self part of us that is bigger than our physical expression on earth. It's almost like you have this big part of you of who you are, and then
Mhm.
it narrows down into one little tiny point that touches earth. And that is what you see every day from everyone. And the interesting turn of things as I grew up, this is not what I thought. This is not what I believed. This is not what I learned. I was always this little person, I'm sorry, this person that needed to check things out of a list and going through life. It's like you accomplish this and then you do this and then you do that. And it was all based on results. And as I got older and I started to get to know myself and learn, connect with nature, connect with vision, connect with the world, connect with spirituality in general, I learned that there was something bigger than myself. That's when I flipped the formula, and then I learned that I'm a spirit having a human experience instead of a human having a spiritual experience. From there, I'm a whole, right?
Right.
My expression is a wholeness, as wholeness,
Right.
and the connection between the spiritual self comes down to my expression as a mental self, as an emotional self, and as a physical self. That's why I like saying that we're four pillars, like we're made of four bodies or four pillars of the self, which is the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. When you ask me what tools, well, I will have to go into which area do you want me to expand on?
Okay. What was the one that like was your first like wow and really got you into understanding that there was more to it, the spirituality and stuff? What tool was the one that was like, okay,
Yes.
this is my path?
Observation. So observation, and there's been a big evolution throughout my life experience and professional experience, because what I learned as observing at first, what got me out of my association with body only,
Hmm.
was like pause and look. It's like, oh, so I've that was the first time, and this is the same tool, it's just in different levels of
Right.
consciousness, right? So at first it was like, okay, if I stop and look, it's like, wait a minute, and you start noticing that there's a lot more than you in the life experience or in the life expression. Then from there it was like, okay, so I start observing myself in relation to a person or a thing or a career or my goals.
Yeah.
And it's like, where do I stand in regards to that, and how can I improve my relationship with that other part? From there, expanded my consciousness to understand that I was this, 4 levels of the self. And I'm like, okay, if I am more than a body and I am emotions and I am my thoughts, which I don't really own my thoughts because I am a spirit first, then I started to say, okay, stop and observe and put yourself on the wall and see Lorena in relationship with the thing that she wants to connect with, and understand what was my role and what was I getting from it and where was I coming from. So as you can see, that is a third level of consciousness where you are the director sitting on the director's chair observing the movie in front of you. And lately, I took it a step further because we're always growing, right? And then in the process, I heard the concept of everything, it's energy first. And I was like, okay, so how does everything's energy first connects with I'm a whole person when I take care of my 4 bodies? And it's like, oh, okay, this comes together. And now when I pause, I look, I assess, I observe myself, I observe the movie going on in front of me. Now I'm bringing in that extra step where I'm looking at what is the purpose of this, what is this, what is the role of this event in my soul expansion.
Okay.
So it's beautiful to see how I'm understanding a different level so I can apply really everything's energy first. So I shifted from being fully associated with the body to now being associated with the spirit, the energy of what I'm creating, and I build from there. It's almost like I re-engineer the process based on understanding the energy piece of it.
And how has that shift like impacted your life and how you relate to others?
I like saying that I connect or I live in a state of peace of heart and peace of mind.
It's
That
beautiful.
will be like the summary of it, but I can go deeper into that conversation if you want me to.
Oh, absolutely. Share with us. I would
Would you
love
like
to hear
that?
that. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
So, benefits of number one, expansion. So, we're 90, so there's so many topics that could go into this, but let me summarize it as, what do I get from this? And I'm saying me because I also know that if I was able to get it, everyone else can. Like it's like
Mhm.
I know it will work, and you will get your benefits from it. But for me, it's peace of heart, peace of mind, because I'm grounded in who I am as an expression of my soul on earth, embodying this physical body. I am at peace with what I do, what I receive, and what I experience. So being at peace to me means that I accept it. I'm learning to surrender. I'm learning to forgive myself and forgive others and forgive everything in the name of acceptance. I am learning to also use this stand to help others because I know that this is available for all of us. We all have unique gifts, skills, talents that everyone gets to share, because if we're going to feel fulfilled and get to expand as a whole, as a humanity, as a collective, it's because everyone is going to be their true, most authentic expression of themselves. And peace of heart, it's also part of the benefits because you get to love even what you thought it was unlovable.
Right.
Everything has a piece that gets to be loved, as much as you love yourself. Because in reality, it starts by loving yourself. When you love yourself, not just by doing things that make you feel loved, but truly deeply understanding the depth of your being and the contribution that you are just for being you, nothing else. Then you start doing things to express that into the world. And that doingness is a lot different than the doingness before the awareness. So as you can see, it's a place where you can start, like the conversation starts as peace of heart, peace of mind, and you could expand in so many directions,
Right.
just like your light and my light and everyone's light.
Right. And what is your favorite part about working with others and sharing all of your knowledge and just your light with them?
That's a great question. That's a great question. And the answer has been shifting throughout the career. I keep saying career, I like to say path instead.
Okay. With your cat.
So, because we're always growing and expanding, and I truly believe that that's a purpose of the soul expression on this world. Um, so my favorite part, selfishly, I think, is to see everyone's light, to see everyone's unique energy thumbprint. And I'm saying this because that's an analogy I use. It's just like we have different fingerprints, we
Hmm.
have energy print. And it's beautiful to see how people transform themselves and take the layers of whatever is covering their light, and they finally can express themselves for who they are and really tap into their own inner power and shine from there. And it doesn't matter if they're having an impact or if they're part of they're doing something with a community, or if they're succeeding in business. Like, it doesn't matter how they represent themselves in society. What matters is where they're coming from and how connected they are with their inner power. To see that shift,
Yeah.
and it might be incremental, right? But to
Right.
see
Oh, yeah.
that, that's my favorite part. It's like, oh yes, please shine on.
That's my favorite part actually as well. So amazing. Um, and how can people that would like to work with you, how can they get a hold of you? What's a way to get a hold of Lorena to work with Lorena to see what
Yes.
she offers?
Yes. First of all, I love working one on one and having experiences, because I call them journeys. So we go on a journey together. I love being the witness of your transformation.
Mhm.
So to do any work at a mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual level with me, you will find me on Instagram, and you have many tools that I share in the videos. I love doing like the live videos where I take a live situation. It's like, oh, about this, this is what I do, this is what I invite you to do. And it's always an invitation, because I'm not doing the work, it's you discovering yourself, and I'm just guiding you in the process. And I'm generously love sharing what I learned, what worked for me, and also tools that I learned that work for others. But we get to choose, right? So I put all those resources, in front of you, and you get to choose. It's almost like having a menu, and you choose, which makes it fun. Then accountability will be something else that you can count on me for. And so my contact information is in Instagram under Mind Your Life Heartfully. And Facebook, you'll find my business page as well. My name is Lorena Atencio Nagele, and you'll find my personal profile with information, how to get a hold of me. And of course, the business page has all the description too of what I do. And I also have a group coaching program that we meet 3 weeks out of the month.
Mhm.
And it's like you get to participate as much as you want. There's free resources that comes with that. We have a curriculum to design your life, and again, you get to sign up and really choose what you want to do.
That's wonderful. What is one thing that somebody that's watching this could do to make an impact in their life that they could do each day?
So the one thing to me is care for their feelings.
Okay.
So emotions is something that I focus a lot on because it's really tied to energy and thoughts. And I remind people that they are not their emotions and they're not their thoughts. And they get to learn this about themselves. So if you can start caring for how you feel in the moment and then choose if you like what you feel, right on. If you do not like what you feel, then you call me or you find Carla.
Yes.
And you shifted because you deserve, it's your birthright to enjoy every second of the day.
Right. Because you're born worthy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. And you did give me a free gift to offer everybody. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about what that free gift is?
Yes, absolutely. So, you know how I talked about stopping and looking, or then observing yourself, or then dissociating from the event so you can see yourself in the picture, really in the relationship with the thing you're pursuing. So, with all this observation, it will come to mind things that seem to be limiting, concepts or patterns or thoughts that is like, wait a minute, I keep thinking that thought that keeps me willing, like walking on the same spot without shifting or changing. And then, you keep manifesting, attracting, or just experiencing the same things over and over and over in your life. So when you find that, that's where my lead magnet, or I'm sorry, my gift comes in handy, because once you recognize it, you're going to follow the instructions on that guide that I shared.
Mhm.
And truly, by following literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 9 to 10, you will release that represents the limitation, and you will have more space. You're creating space to choose something different for yourself and truly repattern your brain and repattern the way that this manifests in your life. And if you need help with it, you just call me or text me or DM me, whatever you want. I'm here for you.
Great. Great. Oh, I really appreciate everything that you've shared with us today and like the awareness and your gift and the four pillars. Um, is there any last minute thing you want to share before I let you go?
Yes, I would like to remind you all that you deserve everything you desire. So if it already came to mind, means that it is created, is available for you. You just get to keep choosing, getting closer to it, open your heart and receive it, because truly you deserve it.
Thank you, Lorena.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me, Carla. You're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes. And everyone, I'll have the link and everything available to you and how to get a hold of Lorena so that if you want to work with Lorena or ask questions about the wonderful gift she gave us, you can do so. Thank you, Lorena.